morning, church. Let's stand for the call to worship. Psalm 63, 1 through 8. Oh God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you in this parched and weary land where there is no water. I have seen you in your sanctuary and gazed upon your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. I will praise you as long as I live, lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feast. I will praise you with songs of joy. I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night, because you are my helper. I sing for joy in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your strong right hand holds me securely. Amen. Let's worship the Lord this morning. We bring our praise. You bring revival. We lift our hands to lift our eyes up. Where your love is found, there will be no fear. Amen. God, your kingdom come, your will be done here, on earth as in heaven. Spirit of God, pour out. Our hearts are wide open. Jesus, we need you now. Come, have your way in this place. Break our walls down. Spirit of God, pour out on earth as in heaven. Jesus, we need you now. We bring our shame, you bring redemption. You turn our chains into our freedom. Where your love is found, there will be no fear. God, your kingdom come, your will be done here, on earth as in heaven. Spirit of God, pour out. Our hearts are wide open. Jesus, we need you now. Come, have your way in this place. Break our walls down. Spirit of God, pour out on earth as in heaven. Jesus, we need you now. In your presence there is peace. Praise you, Lord. In your presence there is peace. In your presence we are free. There's no better place to be. There's no better place to be. In your presence there is truth. In your presence mountains move. We forever run to you. We forever run to you. Let's sing that again. In your presence there is peace. Let's declare in your presence we are free. There's no better place to be. There's no better place to be. In your presence there is truth. In your presence mountains move. We forever run to you. We forever run to you. On earth as in heaven. Spirit of God, pour out. Our hearts are wide open. Jesus, we need see your beauty, to find you in the place your glory dwells. One thing I ask, and I would seek, to see your beauty, to find you in the place your glory dwells. Better is one day in your courts, better is one day in your house, better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts, better is one day in your house, better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. My heart and flesh cry out for you, the living God. Your spirit's water to my soul. I've tasted and I've seen. Come once again to me. I will draw near to you. I will draw near to you. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Than thousands elsewhere. Thank you, Jesus. Better is one day in your presence than anything. Father God, we come to you this morning. We thank you so much for bringing us into your house. We could be together freely to worship you, Father, freely. We're so grateful. Jesus, we tell you that we love you this morning. And we thank you for your word. Matthew 17, a father brought his son to the disciples and needed a miracle, but they couldn't get it done. So, Jesus, you said, bring the boy to me. And you healed him. And when your disciples asked, Lord, what did we do wrong? You said, your faith is small. But here's what I want you to know. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, so small, you can say to this mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, and it will be done. We just need a small measure of faith. And Lord, I don't know what mountains we're facing in this group this morning. I know some of them. I know my own. And I take such comfort in knowing that I just need a little bit of faith. And it doesn't matter, like the disciples came, and I feel like maybe when I read this, I feel like They were so disappointed in themselves. Lord, it doesn't matter what we try and how disappointed we are when we come to you, and the disappointment that we feel within ourselves that we haven't done it. We haven't done it right. We haven't measured up. We haven't said the right thing. You just say, come. So we come to you, Lord, this morning as we are. And Lord, I pray for each and every person here within the sound of my voice, Father, that whatever it is, whatever mountain they're facing, that they would lay it at your feet and they would say, God, I have that faith, just a little bit. It's all I need. May we all be comforted by your Holy Spirit this morning. May we all be comforted by your Holy Spirit as we go throughout our week. Thank you so much for loving us so completely. And this morning, Lord, we pray as you, Jesus, taught us to pray, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Amen.
Good morning. You may be seated. How are you today? Some of you are good. How about the rest of you?
Blessed.
Okay, good. For the benefit of those who can't make it to our annual business meeting this afternoon, I thought I'd share my annual pastor's report here because I think everyone who comes to this church needs to hear this. It's been a pretty good year in Spring Valley. We started the year in what looked like a muddy, demilitarized zone in the back of the church. Construction of the safe parking lot hit setback after setback because of rain and other delays. But thankfully, it finally opened in August of 2024. Yay, God. Since it's opened, nearly half of those who have entered the program have been placed in permanent housing, which has exceeded expectations beyond all hopes. Yay, God. Yay, God. Let's give it up for that. Looking forward, we've been praying for more opportunities for connection between the church and our guests living right here on campus. Julie, where's Julie? There she is. She's right there. Julie, who, like many of you, loves the fellowship that grows around playing board games. She heard the story, and she said yes to an idea the Lord had given to her. The inaugural Pretty Good Game Night starts this Friday at 6:30. And to me, it looks like an answer to prayer. Yay, God again. Yay, God. Another story from this past year. Last spring, about this same time, Eagle Scout candidate Xander Schroeder and his troop completed the preparations for our back patio play area out where our barbecue is. They even got very high-quality turf donated for the project, but we got stymied when it came time to actually install the turf. We needed professional help. And we prayed and we asked God, and we didn't know what we were going to do. We had all this wonderful turf, but nobody to put it down. Thankfully, just about that time, Angel Cervantes, right there in the back, Angel showed up, started attending church, and he just happens to work for a turf installation company. Angel said yes to Jesus, and his crew banged out the job in one day. Yay, God. Now we've got a nice little piece of green turf to play and to fellowship on, and I look forward to it being used all summer long. Yay, God. Last week, I was surprised to get a text from Xander Schroeder, that Eagle Scout candidate. He was back in town for spring break, and he wanted to see me. Last year was a big year for him. He got his Eagle Scout, he graduated high school, and started at West Point in the fall. He came by on Thursday when he saw the turf laid out for the first time because he still hadn't seen it installed yet. He was bursting with pride, and I'm talking about the good kind of pride. And as he was leaving, he pulled me aside, and he told me that he has been growing in his faith at West Point. I thought they tried to break you down to nothing. But his roommates are Christians, and he is joining them at Bible study regularly, which he truly enjoys. Yay, God. And keep your eye on this kid named Xander Schroeder. That young man is going places. The flooding last year in Spring Valley, it was a year ago, made national news, and a number of our neighbors and friends were severely affected. John and Sherry Matthews saw their family go through some of the worst of it. And not everyone was blessed with the insurance or the resources to cope. And our good friends at the Spring Valley Community Alliance stepped up to collect furniture and household goods to replace what was lost, and also to provide emotional support for affected families. For our part as a church, we said yes when we were asked if we could serve as a collection hub for flood relief victims for donations. We also hosted a number of meetings for the flood survivors. The SVCA even participated in our Harvest Festival to promote some of those meetings and to connect with flood survivors who are still in need of assistance. Yay, God. And pray that the relationship continues with the Spring Valley Community Alliance and our local community leaders. Yay, God. Speaking of disaster relief, when the fires hit LA, Nazarene churches in Southern California mobilized all over Southern California, and we at this church also said yes to Jesus, to serving as a collection point for the 12 churches in the San Diego metropolitan zone. Well, we were sort of told about our role after it had been decided for us, but that's a way of saying yes, I think. Churches, including this one, donated hundreds of blankets, water bottles, thousands of water bottles, household items, and other things to our northerly neighbors. Chuck Pumphrey and I had the privilege of visiting 3 other collection points in Vista and in Murrieta and in Bloomington with a big truck to transport it all to a church near Pasadena. And I wish you could have seen the faces when we pulled up that truck late that Thursday night in January. There was shock and awe, but also gratitude for your willingness to say yes to Jesus. Yay, God. And we continue to pray for the recovery of the communities that have been affected by those wildfires. Our little food bank that could continue to be miraculously blessed with volunteers and food enough to feed more than 84,000 individuals in need in 2024. If you've volunteered at the food bank at all, if you've worked at the food bank, I'd like you to stand up for a second while we applaud you for your work. Patrick, Robin, I know you're there. Stand up. Don't be shy. Lourdes, Marianne, yeah, Julia, we got quite a few. Thank you for all you do. Our little food bank does amazing things. Now, while 84,000 individuals is slightly less than the 104,000 from 2023, it's still a lot of need that's being served by this little church. I also take that as a sign that demand is down, which is also a good thing. And so I say, yay, God, yay, God. We also carried out some important upgrades to the food bank, adding a hand washing station. That's a big yay, God, if you volunteered there. A mop sink, and a perfectly legal walk-in cooler. Some of you have seen it. Special thanks to Terry Pumphrey, who's not here this morning. She may not be feeling well, but special thanks to Terry Pumphrey, who said yes to Jesus 5 years ago and took over our little food pantry along with Chuck. They're still saying yes practically every day they're here at the church, along with a dedicated and growing group of amazing volunteers. I need to verify these numbers, but as far as I can tell, this year, Joseph Storehouse, this coming year, is going to feed its 500,000th customer. That's 500,000 people, all from Terry saying yes to Jesus. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That's a lot of cabbage, folks. And the Lord has provided every head through your hands. Yay, God. Yay, God. Speaking of God working through your hands, we often say as a church that God doesn't need your money. He wants your life, and that is 100% true. God will accomplish his good, pleasing, and perfect will with or without our financial participation. You don't ever need to feel pressured to give here. The only reason anyone should ever give at this church is because the Lord has prompted you to. But it is a privilege to participate. And our bills do have to get paid in actual dollars. So by way of a brief summary, I'll go into it in our business meeting today. Thanks to the Lord's provision and your faithfulness in tithing and in offerings, we finished last year with $1,963.53 in the black. That's a big deal because we've been in the red before. It might not sound like a lot of money. It probably doesn't even cover a tank of gas today. But that $1,963.53 is a sign that God takes care of what he does through here. Amen. Yay, God. I should mention that was after spending a fair amount in faith on extra food for the food bank and improvements to the food bank. It's not a lot, but it's not in the red either, so yay, God. Our goal of a 3-month reserve, of having a 3-month reserve, which we haven't had for a few years, is now met. And while we are not rich, we have all we need. And as my wife often says, enough is as good as a feast. And so we say, yay, God. And thank you for supporting your church home. And thank you to our board. For many of you are up here. Many of you are out there. Thank you to our board for successfully keeping us on track financially. We as a church have said yes and will continue to say yes to Jesus when it comes to urgent physical needs in our community. And that is our obligation. No, it's our privilege to do so. And it's our joy as followers of Jesus. Yay, God. But we are more than just a physical relief agency. We're more than just a nonprofit that gives out food. We know that no matter how much we help our neighbor physically, we have a deeper calling, which is spiritual in nature. Our mission given by Jesus, our primary mission from Matthew chapter 28, is to go into all the world and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. I'm very pleased to report that you, as a church, have also said yes to that commission, to that call. And we are in a season of growth. I don't really like the idea of counting attendance because it's about people. That's people is what God cares about, not numbers and noses and nickels. But I have noticed that we need a lot more communion cups each week than we ever did before, and that's a yay, God. You can applaud for that. That's the Lord. And unless some of you are coming through the line twice and I try to check, that means that we're growing in attendance on Sunday mornings. Yay, God. But let's face it, attendance doesn't really equate to fulfilling our mission of making disciples for Jesus, does it? The Grateful Dead have plenty in attendance at their concerts, and they're all dead. We have a different way to measure that. One is by baptizing believers. And we've baptized a pretty good number of awesome friends this year. 7, if my count is right. And I know some of you who are baptized this year. I know Angel and James are there. And I know the Reynolds family will be coming in here soon probably. But there are a lot of baptisms this year, and we're really excited about that. Let's give a big round of applause. Angel and James, would you stand, please? Thank you. Thank you for saying yes to Jesus and yes to his call. What a great story each one of you has to tell to each of us of coming to Christ and surrendering to him in a new way. You make us all very, very happy. I hope you know that. But there's more than baptism going on. And this one is harder to measure, but there's a higher place to go beyond belief, beyond just saying yes to Jesus, and into the place of full surrender of God. The surrender to God. This is what some call sanctification. Others might call it discipleship. Big, clunky words aside, what I'm talking about is when we move beyond asking Jesus into our lives as a guest and inviting him to be Lord. It is the goal of this church. It is the goal of Christ's church everywhere. And it is the difference between having Jesus over for occasional Sunday dinners and giving him the deed to our hearts. We don't really have a way to measure this as a church. It's sort of revealed in conversations and in talking and seeing one another grow. But I have seen it happening like crazy this year. I have seen you time after time saying, I'm surrendering more and more of my life to Jesus. I'm pleased to report that I'm seeing people get serious about their faith, responding to God's love by saying yes with their lives. I have had so many of you call me or text me or pull me aside to talk about this growing sense that you have that God is stirring in you, calling you to change some things, calling you to pursue a new and exciting career path perhaps, or simply to offer your life to his leading in a fresh way each This is the true mission of God's church. Not just this church, but his church around the world. To make disciples. And I don't need to tell you, because you're seeing it all around you, God is on the move at Spring Valley Community Church because we have said yes to him. Yes to him. It's been a great adventure. What does 25 and 26 hold? I couldn't even guess what's going to happen in the next year. I've given up making plans that God destroys a long time ago. But I have learned to trust God. I have learned to trust God that the adventure will only continue as we continue to say yes to Jesus. Well, it was a bit longer than usual, so thank you for staying awake, some of you. And that's the news from Spring Valley, where the women are strong, the men are good looking, all the children are above average, and it's always an adventure in saying yes to Jesus. Let's say yay, God. 1, 2, 3. Yay, God. Now, do any of you have a yay, God, you'd like to share? Something God's done in your life recently? Feel free to raise your hand. Natalie will come to you with the microphone. Chris, I think I'm gonna guess what this is.
My birthday's coming up.
That's what I guessed it was. April 10th. Give it up for Chris. April 10th, big birthday. And can you just show us your shoes? Come up here and show us your shoes real quick. You got to see Chris's shoes. Yes. Don't go
Wow.
blind. I love your shoes, buddy. Those are awesome, Chris. Love you, pal. Birthday shoes if I ever saw them. Anyone else have a yay God they'd like to share this morning? Marianne.
I've been seeing more young people not ashamed to say that they love God. I saw a guy wearing a T-shirt with huge letters saying, "God got me," and another one with
Awesome.
a big God on it. And I had heard, in fact, it could have been right here from you, that there seems to be an uprising in youth turning to God. That I am so excited about that,
Yeah.
and I say, "Yay, God!"
Yay, God. That's awesome. Yeah. No, it's funny. Xander Schroeder. Yeah, give it up for that word. Xander at West Point. You know, West Point is not an easy experience, right? I mean, it's military. It's like boot camp plus college, and it's honors college. It's pretty tough. He said to me, now this is funny, before he went off to college, he said, "Pastor, I'm thinking about God more. Can you help me through some of that?" And we talked a bit and prayed together. I had no idea the Lord was triangulating in his life to get him really closer and closer to him. But one of the things Xander said to me this week is he said, "I'm noticing of all the recruits, all the freshmen here," he says, "a lot of them are washing out, and the ones that seem to do better are the ones who realize there's a bigger picture, who realize God's there. And the ones who don't have faith, I'm seeing struggle so much because they're all alone." And yeah, I agree with you, Marianne. I'm seeing it too. God wants to help us. God loves us. Yeah. Yay, God. Anyone else have a yay, God?
I have two.
Yay.
Today is my dad's LVAdiversary.
LVAdiversary. If you don't know what that is,
he,
it's a left ventricular assistive device that Bob has that kept him alive. Sorry, I cut Tammy off. It's what I do. Sorry.
So now that Steve explained that, we're very excited.
Yay, God. All right.
And also, our daughter applied to be a clerk in the Supreme Court for Washington State, and she got that job. So
Yeah,
we're very
it's a big
excited
deal.
for her.
Yeah, super proud of Cambria. Thank you for praying. A number of you were praying for her, and she was nervous, very competitive, and that girl scares me. She really knows how to argue, so oldest child. No, just thankful for our daughter and so proud of her. Josh, good to see you, man.
I've got my dad, my family, my stepmom here in town from Central California, and they brought their fifth wheel down, and they made it down safe, and I'm just glad to have them here, seeing my new home base and what you guys have going on over here. And
Awesome.
they've just been hearing all about it, and so now they actually get to see it. So I'm very,
Welcome, you guys.
very
It's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. We love your son and your grandkids. Yeah. Okay, Julia.
I have two. One is I got to meet up with a friend that I haven't seen in a few months, and I met her daughter for the first time, which
That's
was
awesome.
great.
Yay,
And
God.
then the other one has to do a little bit with what I shared on Thursday, where something had happened earlier in the week. I thought I was going to get fired. So then on Friday, the day after Bible study, there was basically an audit for the study I was in charge of, but I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be the 27th. and not the 21st. So I was prepared, but I wasn't like fully like mentally prepared.
Oh man.
So I sat down at my desk, and my coworker said, "Oh, by the way, your monitor's here." And I said, "No, he's not. He's coming next week." And she goes, "No, he's out in the front right now. You better go start your like giving him documents." And I said, "Okay." And then thankfully, everything was fine. There was a few nitpicky things about formatting of information, but all good. Didn't lose my job.
That's so good. Yeah. This is our word to all of us at Bible study on Thursday night, but also to Julia. We all need to say this together. Do not worry. Do not worry. You're doing your best, and let God do the rest. That's awesome, Julia. That's cool. Yay, God. Paul, so glad to see you, man. Your mom's home. Yeah, that's awesome. Helen made it home. That's a big yay, God.
Today,
You hold it a little closer so we can hear you. Yeah.
but my yay God would be for Steve Babbitt. He's been a mentor and a friend to me, even when I didn't have it coming.
Love you, man. Feelings mutual, bro.
No,
It's mutual.
honestly, everything that comes out of your mouth is just wisdom.
Love you, man. Thank
And
you.
you're like 2 months older than me, but it seems like you have 100 years more knowledge inside of you.
I sure don't, but we got good friends, God is good. God is good. Thank you, Paul. Good word. And your mom's doing okay? I know she had almost spilled again, but you took care of her, yeah.
In the living room.
Yeah.
But after that, she's been okay. She's pretty much been in bed.
Good.
So
Good. All right. Well, thanks for taking care of her, man. You're a big answer to prayer, Paul. So, yay, God. What's that?
Paul's birthday this
What
week.
day's your birthday? Oh, happy birthday. So we got to do
Yesterday.
big birthdays. All right. Well, hey, yeah.
Awesome.
Happy birthday, Paul. We got to sing that one for sure. Okay. Don't let me forget. I always forget.
25.
You're dyslexic 25. I like that.
That's
Me too.
awesome.
Me too. Anyone else have a yay God to share? Julie.
Well, I wanted first the yay God part. I second your seeing the young people come out and move, because I've seen probably the last 15 years it growing and growing with conventions across the country that last from a weekend to a week, and the younger generation's on fire for God, and they're not afraid, and it's growing more, and they're fighting back on cowering. So it's exciting. The other part is on game night, bring your games. If you don't have games, that's okay. We have some to bring, but we don't have a whole lot, or if someone hasn't played them, we'll be available to show, but how to play different games. But there's only 2 of us, so we do need, if you come, to also bring some of your favorite games, cards or something, and something to drink, whatever you want to drink. And if you want to share a snack, bring something just snackable.
Yeah, so
That's
bring some to share Friday night, and it's going to be good. I already know Tammy over there has some games too, so more games coming. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping this will be the inaugural event for something that continues a lot. We need fellowship. We need that time to encourage one another. So it's awesome, Julie.
Good
Ruthie.
morning.
Good morning, Ruthie. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to first and foremost say I'm so glad that Helen is home.
Yeah.
Last week when we went over to visit her, Marianne was also coming as we were leaving, and Helen reminded me that props to Marianne. She ran a half marathon. Is that correct? That's what Helen told me. Oh, today. Oh, but you've been practicing
Oh,
for
yeah.
it for a long time.
Marianne is a road warrior for sure.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. So anyway, props to you anyway.
That's awesome. Thanks, Ruthie. Yeah, Marianne is a road warrior, walks many, many miles every day, and can't quite make this event, but I know she will. Even if only up here, right? That's awesome, Marianne. Anyone else have a yay God before we continue this morning? Don't be shy. It's worship. Chris, you got another one? All right, let's hear it. I'm happy to be here too. All right. Well, that's a good one to finish on. Let's finish on that. We're happy to be here too, and I'm happy you're here, Chris. All right, on the count of three, let's say yay, God, one more time, big and loud. 1, 2, 3. Yay, God. Okay. Just have several announcements for you. So if you have a bulletin, follow along. If you don't have a bulletin, you can look on the church website to kind of see our calendar. We have our annual business meeting today immediately after church. Hopefully it won't be too long. All are welcome, but only members may vote. And if you're interested in becoming a member, we'll have that opportunity to kind of have a ceremony to make you a member right as the meeting begins. Friday, pretty good game night. I said 6:30. Is that right? 6:30 is kind of our best time because everybody's getting off work and things. So 6:30, bring something to share. Bring yourself, and we're just going to have a great time. March 30th, that's next Sunday, the Homes of Hope Build Deadline and Team Meeting. If you're going to Mexico with Summit Church and to help build houses, you need to come next Sunday after church. There will be a lunch, and it'll be the deadline to go over things, but it'll also be an orientation for that project. And then that project is April 11th and 12th. It's the week before Easter. That's the Homes of Hope house build, and there is still room if you'd like to participate. It's a life-changing event. Basically, in 2 days, you build a home for a family that has nothing. And that you go down there, they've just got a little slab, and by the time you leave, they have a nice 2-room house to stay in. And it's a wonderful miracle that you get to participate in. If you'd like more details, talk to me. We've already got a few folks signed up. We're really excited to see what God does through that willingness to say yes to Jesus. Say yes to Jesus. Also, April 19th, we are having our Easter Farmers Market food distribution. And so that will be our big event, and it will be food on one side. We'll have the food distribution, so we'll need help there, but we're also going to have a kids area. Christina Hicks is going to be leading that area up. Gidget's going to be overseeing it because I'll actually be out of town that day. I'll explain that in a minute. But basically, we're going to have just a wonderful fun time, an egg hunt, all sorts of stuff. But we will need help putting together eggs for the egg hunt. We have eggs, the plastic eggs, but we'll need help putting them together. So we'll need some volunteers to maybe take some eggs home in the next few weeks. We'll have them here next Sunday, I think. We're supposed to get some delivered this week. They haven't come in yet, but they will. But we'll need you to take some eggs, and if people can take eggs and put candy in them, and we'll give them out for candy or treats or prizes. We'll give them out at that event. Also, let's see. That's it. So Good Friday. I'm sorry, no, that's not it. April 18th. I don't have it in here. I should have. As our Good Friday service, we're going to be joining with Central Congregational Church. We join them. We go to their place for Christmas. They come here for Easter. It's kind of like a married family or something like that. We do Good Friday, or I'm sorry, we do Christmas Eve with them. They have a big pipe organ, this beautiful sanctuary. We do candlelight service. We're going to have another kind of service called a Tenebrae service here. It's a Good Friday service where we go through the last 7 words of Jesus on the cross. And we'll be joining again with Central Congregational. And in that process, we actually extinguish the 7 candles that are backwards until we get to the very end when we extinguish the last candle, signifying the death of Christ. And then we leave in silence. And then we come back Sunday morning for Easter to celebrate that He is risen. He is risen. Okay, so please be sure to come out April 18th. Again, that'll be at 6:30. And Women's Bible Study. Doggone it. I keep missing it. Women's Bible Study is not this Friday, but
It's Saturday.
Fridays.
Saturday morning.
Or not this
That's
Saturday.
why I opened up my calendar here. Saturday the 5th.
Saturday the 5th.
Saturday the 5th, April 5th at 9:30. Or if you want to come 9:15, have some snacks. We meet over in the small chapel in the fellowship hall. And then we start the study at 9:30, goes to 11. It's a great time for women to spend. Mark your calendars, ladies, for May 24th.